So I've been in a type of flow lately. Every time I tried to press the go live button, I lost it. So I just pressed it without being ready, which I think was the only way to do this. So let's see if we're ready. Just always fucking myself up. Let's see. Stand-up comedian to the bitter end, even if it fucks me up. Got my coffee for when I forget what the fuck I'm saying, like every fucking other 20 minutes. Let's just start with something I was saying today. There's so many people like rationalizing the way life is and stuff, but like the overarching rationalization, in my opinion, is that like when you get to the right perspective, the way the world is, not the specifics, but the accumulated data things of like the stuff that people have made or the stuff that inventions that have been developed more that stuff, even the extremes of like warfare and stuff like that. And that stuff, there's always a risk of that stuff happening. There's always a risk of being hit by a rocket-propelled fucking grenade, an RPG. Those things are terribly inaccurate, but you could get hit by one. Maybe it was a misfire. They were aiming for someone else, and you got hit. Damn. But the point is, the templates of this reality as it currently stands, not the political bullshit, it's not all that, but like the physical stuff going on. It's exciting. It's exciting the way it is. Driving a tank down the street at 70 miles an hour. You don't realize it's life or death if you fuck up. I mean, I guess we sort of do, but some of us haven't crashed before. We don't really realize. Especially, exactly what it would be like. And that's sort of the, one of the most, other overarching things of our lives is that, there's my thoughts. Of course I am. Cars and stuff. Driving a car. Hit. That like you gotta go through it. There's this simple part of the saying that like you gotta go through it to get to it. But when you get to it, you understand what it's like. And that's like a treasure that other people don't have. That's sort of, like the redemption of being in like an accident or a car accident or some type of thing that, what that's just like, what the pain afterwards is like, what 20 years of body pain afterwards is like. You are now, in a sense, in a group of select people who also know what that's like. And there are a billion other different things in our life that, we get to experience, getting better at singing, better at musicianship, better at being on a stage in any way, stand-up comedy, making armor, making swords, building a house. There's only a select few people on this planet nowadays, rather in this country, who have ever built a house. So, like, there's more to being original than just being original, And, for example, if you're thinking about going out and building a house, not even just about the house that you're going to be able to live in, which is an insane, awesome perk, and all the rest is, it's like you're going to be one of a few people in the country who have ever built a fucking house in their life. So you know what it's like, you know how hard it is, and you know how much kudos or whatever should go to someone who does that stuff. You know, and something that comes to mind right there, ding, 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 is boxing. You know, I think back to the show I watched, Daredevil, back in the day. Marvel's Daredevil show. Netflix back in the day. Matt Murdock was a boxer, or his dad was a boxer. And holy shit, wait, the scene I'm thinking of is actually from The Punisher. It's like that crazy guy watching some boxing with his dad, and the dad's like, I got respect for everyone who steps into that ring. You know, like, or is that Murdoch's dad? I'm fucking this up. Regardless, you've got to have respect for someone who stands in a boxing ring, even if you haven't boxed yourself before. I mean, like, even if you haven't boxed before. But even regardless of that, you don't know what it's like until you've been in it. So you would probably have more kudos to give after being in one. But I mean, that's one of the biggest things of life, because then you won't be someone who misunderstands or / judges people for doing something you haven't done before. You see, because anyone can do anything. Anyone can and should do anything and everything. They should do whatever the fuck. You know, the people sitting on the sidelines judging the people who are out there dancing to actually good music. You know, if it's actually good music and they're like, oh, I don't dance, this is stupid. You know, you don't have to do no, like, routine. You don't have to do no Fortnite dancing. That would be funny if you did, but then we wouldn't be laughing at you. We'd be laughing with you. You just have to do what you feel like doing. And you have to remember that that's how you exist. It's what you feel like doing. It's not like some type of thing that you see and end up imitating the way you're supposed to be dancing to this. Is that you feel it. That's why your arm moved. That's why your leg moved. That's why your foot tapped. It's because you're feeling it. You're existing in it. You have to exist in it. Stop, like, looking around. You want to be focusing more. You want to be more your higher self. You have to be in it. You can't be, like, using your eyeballs trying to, like decipher something externally of yourself. You have to be so inside yourself that outwardly you almost end up being like, oh shit, I didn't even really realize I was manifesting or being like that, or just being at all, or how to put it. It's almost like you didn't even realize that you were being so genius. Or like back 20 years ago, you would be of this certain like inside yourselfness, and then all the psychological oppression just made you fall into 3D and look outwards as if you exist outside yourself, as if you exist in your vision where the floor is that you're looking at. You don't want to be like that. You just want to be fucking thinking inside. You want to be serious with yourself. I don't know how to put it, man. But what I'm finding lately, I like refound how to be my higher intelligent self, how to really be my higher self. It was hard for me to press the go live button because I would like lose it right when I would be like, all right, fill all this info. What's the title of the video going to be called? Oh, well, let's see. It's all this bullshit, bro. Like, if only I had like a pen and a book. I'd just start writing, or what I was doing was just starting to speak out loud, and then I was like, I should just start up a YouTube stream, because this is good shit, but I barely covered any of, well, I covered a cool, actually, whatever. Somehow it's already been 10 minutes. It feels like it's been like 4. Hope you feel the same. I'm just trying to make like the dumbest faces I can make sometimes. Please don't mind me. Stand-up comedian to the bitter end. I am Jesus. Just joking. I don't think I've talked about this on a live stream yet. I think if we were to witness who Jesus was as like a person back 2,000 years ago, that it would be like a little bit almost weird to look at him, like as if he's almost not even like physically there, that he's like somehow manifesting, like, I mean, he can easily just be like a normal, calm person, but like, I feel like some of his motions and movements and swift, like just how he would go like that or whatever, that it would be like so weird, but like in an awesome way, of course, like, but like just that, I don't know how to put it. I'm not trying to do him just justice. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, since God is so incredible, that him trying to maintain and make just insanely powerful and free with himself, that him trying to maintain himself in a human form, that it would be like he would be making, the way he would move, basically, is all I'm really getting at. It would be very unassimilated. Best way I can put it. It's important not to take the way we feel about who people are really, supposed to be in this day as who they were supposed to be being back then, who we're supposed to be being at any point. Because, of course, if we look at other countries, we're just going to end up being like, get a job. And so that we, unto ourselves, so that we being like, get a job unto ourselves is rationalized, that we would do it to the world over, because this is the way you're supposed to live, right, guys? You're supposed to live so that you're a tourist for 2 days in the place they fucking spend their lives in, next to a pond, on vacation their whole life. Because we were able to afford diamond rings, big houses, cool cars, and fancy technological equipment, that our lives are so much better than theirs. When then, you go on vacation, you're like, get off your phone, honey, we're trying to enjoy life. This is exactly why she's not going to. You ain't gonna get... Is that Jim? No, it's not Jimmy. Yeah. Give yourself so many technological devices and stuff. And really, all we were really lacking is a feeling of fulfillment and true satisfaction. And we're missing like all of life. yet somehow through like YouTube and truth speakers channels and stuff, like we're able to like spread truth to a certain amount of people. But then like if we're not getting millions of views, like people who sell their souls and bodies on these things, I look very depressed right now. Definitely need to rethink our lives. People generally don't like our own lives, and we're ruining the fucking world. I mean, it's not us, it's our government, of course. But in the end, it is us because we're letting our own fucking government do that. Especially the stuff we haven't heard about. Like the planned and so precise chronic sabotage of my life the last like 3 years. You know, just after they threw Andrew Tate in prison for three months, right when he got out, they threw me in for 3 months. Jail. 3 months. Literally, like the week Andrew Tate gets out of jail, they throw me in for 3 months. And, I guess I was on he was on the A list of truth speakers. They needed to compromise quick, and I was on the B list. We're going to take him out incrementally at different times so we can mess up the data sphere of their influence of truth on this population. We can't have them hearing the truth because we would be in trouble. Fucking third grade with a bunch of fucking 60-year-old worms walking around. It's like, can you old people leave us alone, please? We're like third graders, aren't we? Why are there old people around our 8th grade fucking asses? Why are they doing gay strip shows for third graders? Oh, I'm not allowed to say that word anymore. Gay? You're not allowed to say that word anymore. If you can't say the word anymore, how are you even allowed to... Are we not allowed to talk about it? You're going to try to pretend like, slandering all of that race when I'm saying, why are they doing gay strip shows for third graders? But really, that's just an obscenely obvious question to be asking. And that is the literal state of it. There's gay men doing strip shows for children in their school. At least that was a thing while Biden was president a couple of years ago, and now he's about to, he has to clean up his fucking act, erase all the files. He has 3 months, lucky guy. Good thing we were able to let him retire in dignity after one unscripted live performance. Joe Biden has to fucking retire, and somehow he's still the current president. I mean... Still trying to get Kamala Harris in there. That false advertisement campaign really did me down. I think I learned a lot from that false advertisement campaign. I know that Joe Rogan just says whatever Whatever, man. He said he wanted to call Harrison. He said he wanted to talk to him. He's all over the place, man. I didn't realize he never endorsed Kamala Harris, and never would he in his life. If he could, have a better body without steroids than Arnold Schwarzenegger, he wouldn't do it. Buns and thighs. A fantastic little story. So I went to this oral surgeon like 2 years ago, and he pulled out my back tooth, which was like rotted in half. And in the middle of it, he broke my fucking the tooth right underneath it. The one right next to it, he fucking cracked that tooth. And just last night, I was eating like some cookies or something, and the whole back side of the tooth snapped off, and I must have swallowed the fucking tooth. Kabam, paching, sploosh. Shut the fuck up. I like retarded. Okay. I can't say the word either, because I'm definitely talking about Down syndrome people when I say the R word. I've never heard a human in my life use the R word to describe someone with Down syndrome. So if you can take that retarded part of censorship, got him, out of that censorship program. But the censorship program's ran by Joe Biden. So of course, when everyone's calling Joe Biden the R word, there's gonna be problems. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, my tooth. I swallowed it. The back side of it. You can't see it. It fucking broke off. It's disgusting. And that oral surgeon had me sign some papers. It's like, well, if I fuck you up at all, you can't do anything about it. And then he literally fucked up my face with the anesthetics. I had this droopy lip. I thought I was going to look retarded the rest of my life, but I guess I sort of got it back. But then, he cracked the tooth also, the next one in. Really did me in, because I'm not going to get another filling, because that shit makes you retarded if you smoke. I'm just going to have to get it pulled thanks to his retarded ass, and now I can't sue him. Speaking of retarded, Joe Biden. Speaking of censorship programs and the P word, P-E-D-A word. 60-year-old MAGA bags who think they ain't lived yet, even though they've abused a wife they shouldn't have had for 40 fucking years. It's like, it's not of abuse. You gotta abuse more women? Oh. But anyways, I don't know if anyone really noticed the vibe of the last 4.5 years being this giant kidnap rape program. But that's basically all it was. I forgot the lobotomization side of things. And if people's brains were attacked, they'd wake up the next day like, I feel sick. I have a cold. I have the corona. And then after the brain was compromised, they would get genetically modified because they were told that it must be the corona. And all, the scapegoatism of the corona, this corona set off right after they set up 5G towers, which operate on microwaves and gamma rays. Do you know that 5G towers operate and emit microwaves and gamma rays? That's, I wonder who chose that. Let's get this guy a paycheck. And, Just things been a little hot. Things been a little too cold after the wildfires are happening, so they were pouring weather manipulation chemtrails all over us. Oh, I used the word chemtrails. I'm crazy. They're a fact. 50 countries at least were using weather manipulation chemtrails in about 2021 because things are getting a little too hot with these microwave gamma ray radio towers they set up everywhere, because it's not only the most destructive part of the electromagnetic spectrum to be emitting across the landscape, it's also the least effective radio transmission wavelength, aka it travels the least distance from the radio tower. So they got to set these towers up everywhere to have more direct, specific, manipulative control over the consciousness of people. And of course, no one knows, but 4G towers were already powerful enough to manipulate thoughts and implant thoughts. But you just had to be close enough to the radio towers. So that's why they chose the least effective radio transmission wavelength. Microwaves and gamma rays travel least distance from the radio towers because they get to set these towers up everywhere now. Yeah. And all these wildfires started happening. What, Jay? What's going on? And then Joe Biden, don't worry, I'll pour a bunch of chemicals all over you guys and we'll save y'all. And then I'll pay for all the women's tuition fees. Mr. Biden, sir. And then I'll pay for all the women's tuition fees. Mr. Biden, sir, it's all college students' tuition fees. Oh, sorry, all college students' tuition fees paid. On me, on the house, the men too. Are you serious? We can't afford that. We're gonna have to do double the kidnappings. So this is a real investment for everyone dumping their money into their banks as told by their government to. That made the elite have all the money in the country. And what they were doing was investing that money in kidnapping and raping and all the stuff that might end up paying back in the end. But it didn't work out enough. That's why a lot of people's bank accounts, they ended up just totally empty. And they'd be like, yo, where's my money? And they'd be like, we don't know, this is happening everywhere or whatever, but they're just covering, it's just that plausible deniability, employee paid too little and too much type fucking thing. It's certainly easy to spend too long a time in a fucking urban area and not get out into nature. Not get out into the mountains free of all this bullshit. And recenter, be like, this life of utopia and all this, it's so possible. And it probably has to start sort of like Slab City, but it just keeps expanding because it's not just like weirdos or whatever who show up. It's like people who are ready to start utopia, not just like, we took acid once and blah, blah, blah. Was at a festival? What, bro? We lost our ego entirely. People who are ready to do what it takes and have imaginations applicable enough that it'll be the spawning of the utopia. It's also a matter of the ideas being transmitted and hearts reawakened. And that's a rough process. If someone's lost their heart, it could take months, it could take years. Depends how good the music is. It also depends on how willing they are to accept quote-unquote nothingness, or nothing. Having nothing. When you have that, when you have no, that's Satan for you. When you have no materials, do you really have nothing? That's what almost everyone feels. When they have literally nothing, broke, homeless, all the way at the bottom, they feel like they have nothing. And they believe it. But they have what they are, which is more important than any material they fucking never had. Any matter of accumulation of materials, no. What you are is more important than all of it. And not only that, I'm going to try to explain this by just saying a Facebook post I posted. It's pretty short, and then elaborating. That if you complain when you have quote unquote nothing, then in heaven you'll just end up thinking that you have nothing at some point too, because here can be reflected the inner state of what you would feel in heaven. But if you can never feel it because you have quote unquote nothing, no materials, no woman, no blah, that you feel like some reason to complain, some type of negative thing, then you'll literally just end up in heaven, ending up taking it for granted because you have yet to understand the importance of what you are. It's that conscious awakening, not subconscious, that really matters. But subconscious very much helps. The way you feel subconsciously, it's hard to change. But this is a deep one. This is gonna fucking take some demons out of you motherfuckers if you're ready. If you've watched 30 minutes of me being a fucking idiot. Let's see. So we are a vessel. And if you have even one demon inside of you, that means you are a demon, being a vessel. And would God serve a demon? If that's what you are, like succubus, incubus inside, some type of demon that's powerful, that thing is now you. And it's not like you, because you are the vessel. You're not the thing that's hijacked you. So you're witnessing all of it. You're able to sort of make slight changes, but until you make a devout semblance of words to God, some be like, God, I don't want this, just let's get it back on that track or something like that. That's powerful enough to do something. And watch the demons melt away, and then start noticing that your life gets better because God is now rewarding. And I would sort of think of it as an extremist thing. If I don't have any demons in me, then I must only have angels in me. But it's more it's just too complex. Maybe you're not just a vessel, but some type of spirit behind it as well. But the spirit is an accumulation of your father and your father before, and then the skills that you have, musicianship, survival. That that was the survival mechanism of your ancestors, you are more pronounced in it, and as well as areas of discipline that maybe kept your ancestors alive in times when they should have, when people around them were being slaughtered or whatever. Some type of inner discipline that they had that kept them alive instead. You know, just working on, what was I saying? Too many things. Just digging a fucking hole here. I'm thinking about stopping it right now, but I'm going to start rolling a spliff. And if I don't start thinking of something to say while I'm rolling it, I'll just end it. Otherwise, we'll have a little smoke sesh. You can roll with me this time. Me and my fucking Three Musketeers ass fucking facial hair. If I can smoke a spliff with fucking one of the Three Musketeers motherfuckers. I just realized. It's really much basically how I fucking look right now. Three Musketeer ass motherfucker. I can make my face. What is, man? Stop rotating the phone. I don't want it to. Stupid ass motherfucker. Auto rotate is off. You see? Okay, fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna start tapping back at my flow now, and I'm just gonna put the phone like there. See, let's start. I'm gonna see. You aren't, you see, because you're not gonna understand. I'll understand, because that's me. It's funny, you know, I'm just always hoping and praying that God will understand me. And like every thought I ever have, every like in between thought, every forethought, every feeling, every single wave of what's going on inside me, and be able to like accumulate it all into understanding me. But I feel like that's asking too much of him, you know? In the end, like I used to just like pray on that, but in the end I feel like it's asking too much of him. Because I have to feel everything to basically understand you, but like that's what I feel like is the thing, that sometimes we end up on like a different page than each other because of some type of misunderstanding from him, which I would never expect. But perhaps it's just a matter of having demons that I didn't know I had or something. There's a way a normal Christian would talk about it, and the way that I would talk about it would probably said like a demon or something that didn't know it. They'd probably be like, "Oh, you get more in the face, celebrate God, and Jesus is your Savior." Wow, thanks. Time to push up my glasses, snort my nose, drink some warm milk, and tuck my fucking diaper in. It's all figured out. It's weird, I can open my eyes up so wide nowadays that it hurts. Oh, maybe there's just something wrong with my fucking eye. Synthetically. Yeah, bro, like, oh my god. You want to know how much they've compromised me? I might not even be able to talk about it. Like, I can talk about everything, but like, the amount that they, like, if I start talking, like, lay it all out, they'd do something, man. It would be bad. here when I get like, only 3 views from them themselves and no one else. They're like, how do we, so we got to make sure this video don't reach the internet, but we got to watch these videos to learn how he's being who he is so we can copy him and stuff. So we can copy him and pretend we're good people like him. So I don't pretend I'm a good person, I just am one. You want to be innocent? Be innocent. It's like 20 years for them to figure that one out. Hundreds? Thousands? A simple statement ever. Some people out there are like, oh, figured it out. 20 years later, 1,000 years later, Mr. Elite, the people who had forced us to call them the elite, the old pedophiles in wheelchairs, the elite, the ones who are so fucked in the head that they have to lace and drug every woman that they ever thought they had a chance with, or fucking whatever. Compromise these women's lives, compromise their brains from birth, compromise their brains from birth control, compromise every fucking sector of their life, so that and ruin all of our lives in the process. So it's one day with one chance, one rape session. This is the people who run your fucking country, and they have this call them the elite. It's funny. They're so elite, dude. They're so elite, they have the money to make people force women to have sex with them. They're so elite, they sit in wheelchairs and ruin the world and ruin all of our fucking lives. And the fact that we just don't know who they are and they hide because they're a bunch of fucking freak bag, coward, pedophile, fucking rapists. As well as, go out in daylight because no one knows who they fucking are. Like David Rockefeller talking in major news articles, saying what he's doing, all the corrupt shit, but he just knows that people don't read it. How basically he wants to put cancer vaccinations, cancer viruses in people's vaccinations. David Rockefeller. And it's funny how the World Health Organization, YouTube, is still saying that those things are safe and effective when vax-related injuries are widespread. In fact, every single person who got one is now way more than before. So, I don't know if I can imitate these things now. Do I have to do charades to avoid the censorship that I'm fucking directly talking about? I wonder, how many fucking hoops should I jump through and dildos should I stuff down my fucking ass? Down my ass. To fucking, address these fucking things, just walking around like the jester and clown. I'm a jester hybrid clown. Bullets for a little dessert. I like bullets in my dessert, Anyways, let's spark this baby. I should. I should notice that. Okay. No, at least it got me high as fuck. I think that's how I have to do it from now on, you know? Don't know what you don't know, do you? Darkness out there, you know, you let someone live, maybe you're supposed to kill, like Vegeta. You never know if he's gonna come back and kill you at night. Darkness comes out of the darkness. Darkness hunts you down. Candy cane. God, I hate these candy cane wrappers. I can never fucking get them all. Merry Christmas, y'all. It's day before Christmas if you're watching this 10 years from now. 2049. Sub 2049, I played San Francisco Rush 2049. That means that I knew that those cars were only going to be available then. That rocket car? Yeah. Everyone thinking we were gonna have the future by 2020. You know, flying all these like flying cars everywhere, cities piled high with slaves everywhere. Oh, it's the dream. Gas filling the skies. Sir, I'm getting out of my pedophilic orgasms. Where's the kid? Come here, little thing. Sorry, graphic imagery. Point is, this is people who run your country, and a bunch of fucking cowards waiting for other countries to assassinate our own corrupt political figures for us. Got it. See, I can do it. Tastes like granny's pussy. I wish I... So stupid. It's funny though. Something I've been experiencing in this town, I kind of have to express it. It's been a fun one. Like the last 2 years or so, I've been stuck in this shithole town. I'll just say it. I've been homeless this whole time. In this town, I had a car coming into it and they stole it from me. Someone gave me a car later. They stole it from me. Just a long story. I don't want to explain it, but it was stolen. And and forced me onto the street. And basically, men, they would always sort of try to, compete with me, try to Well, they wouldn't even compete with me. They would literally just slander me out, try to poison people against me, and fucking try to take my vibes, or jump into the spotlight, pretend like they can uphold the beam of fucking energy, but they can't. Well, basically, there's so many people in this town. They've been acting superior with me. Like, there's just like these scoff-like ass motherfuckers. Just there's just so many fucking things that was wrong with it. Like, first of all, people who are superior are kind people, nice people, wise people, understanding, empathetic, not causing of negativity, and not gonna fucking make it out that they should blame that homeless person or whatever for asking them for help as why their whole day was ruined, as the first world problem ass motherfuckers they are. Your whole day was ruined because I asked you for help. But regardless, you know, it was such a trend of like this thing where they don't want to have to compete with me. They're glad I'm in this position I am in. And instead of being happy to see me in this position where they're now better than me, they spent their whole life as slaves, so that's why they're the absolute nobody they are. So that's why their wife hates them, and that's why their wife like having a problem with her husband because I'm playing music nearby, performing with it, and you know they're walking by or whatever, and the woman's basically just like, weren't we on a date here? Because the guy's just like, the guy's fucking idiot. And I sort of painted it out like it's older people or whatever that are doing that, but it was mostly younger people and like their girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. And I forget originally why I really got into it. It was like I was trying to express what I've been going through, but like I forget what I've been going through. It's my mind for you. I can only really take it 1,000 miles a second in a certain direction, not in all of them. But yeah, the amount of sabotage in this town has been, I was about to say real, but just insane. And it's been driving me insane. I've been going crazy. And they've attacked my brain twice. And God can heal brains, so please still like me. And please still take what I say seriously and who I am as a blessing to have witnessed, as opposed to a fucking, oh, well, that's why he's so crazy now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just a funny fucking genius. Don't fucking hate me. I don't know. I'm pretty done. I'll see y'all on the flip-flop. Manyaner. Spaghetti. Don't be afraid to be free. I think exploded my voice box. And I'm out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you want to. Because of course you wouldn't have commented unless you wanted to. If you did, if you died, you did. You can, you wish, and love me. Help the algorithm out